தமிழரின் பிம்பம் உங்கள் டிவி.
Welcome to CrossRoads on TVI. I'm your host, Parthi Kandaval. Dear viewers, on behalf of CrossRoads and TVI, Puttanda Valtukal, we wish you the very best to you, your family, in this new year. On this special and holy day, many of us will be visiting the temple to seek blessings from the gods for good health and prosperity, for us and our families. This practice and belief has continued in our religion and culture for millennia. However, with our migration and movement to new lands, our threads of connection to and understanding of our roots and religion start to fray and tear. It has become not uncommon for some in our second generation to question and doubt the practices and beliefs found in Hinduism, or by its proper name, Sanatana Dharma. As a result, many youth and adults begin to disconnect from the temple, faith, and religion. To discuss this very important topic, we are fortunate to have with us Dato Jagadisan from Malaysia. Dato, a Malaysian title equivalent to the title of Sir in the United Kingdom, was bestowed on him by the Sultan of Malaysia in 1996 for significant national service to the nation. He has received many other awards and honors in recognition of his public and community service. He has authored 9 books on spirituality and Hinduism, created and produced several DVDs, and has composed over 1,000 devotional songs in Tamil and English. In Malaysia, his movement TRAC, which stands for Tradition, Religion, Aspiration and Culture, has provided numerous opportunities for Hindu youth to reconnect with their religion through devotion, public service, and knowledge of their faith. Professionally, Dato Jagadisan is a developmental economist. He holds international portfolios with the United Nations, the World Bank, and has served as a senior trade and economic advisor to the Malaysian and Japanese governments. Thank you for taking your time and joining us, Dato Jagadisan. Given the theme and the nature of this special and holy day, I thought it may be appropriate to start with a devotional song,
Okay.
if you're comfortable.
Puttanda Valtukal. It's really, firstly, can I say it's an honor and a privilege for me to be here in Canada and in this studio and to share my thoughts, okay, and greetings. As you rightly said just now, New Year's Day, everyone will go and pray in different temples. And they will see the idol of Ganapati, some of them Krishna, Rama, whichever deity they have, Krishna, Murugan. And as you mentioned, songs have come to me over the years. And one of the songs that came to me addressed Ganapati. And the song's in Tamil, so if you don't mind, I'll sing in Tamil. And since there's no instruments around here, we have decided to use a little cup here to give a beat, okay? So those who are very, very great connoisseurs of music, okay, forgive this cup, okay? நீ சிலை இல்லை தேவா, உயிர் உள்ள தெய்வம் விநாயகா விநாயகா. நீ சிலை இல்லை தேவா, உயிர் உள்ள தெய்வம் விநாயகா விநாயகா. சிலை என்றால் என் பாடல் கேட்பாயோ தேவா, சிலை என்றால் அருள்வாயோ தேவா நீ தேவா. உருவங்கள் ஏது பெயர் ஏது தேவா, உருவங்கள் ஏது பெயர் ஏது தேவா. நான் பாடும் போது வருவாயே தேவா, நான் பாடும் போது அருள்வாயே தேவா. ஓம் கம் கணபதியே, ஓம் கம் கணபதியே, ஓம் கம் கணபதியே, ஓம் கம் கணபதி விநாயகா. நீ சிலை இல்லை தேவா, உயிர் உள்ள தெய்வம் விநாயகா விநாயகா.
2024 Vietnamese. 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 2024 Vietnamese
That's the theme that everyone must remember, People say that Hinduism is many, many gods, okay? Actually, it's one God. Supreme Brahman is there. But the idols are there as focal points, of energy, divine energy. But actually, the God is formless, Sila illai Deva. You do not think that he's just a statue, He is a living divinity, Sila illai Deva, Uyirulla Devam, Vinayaka. You're a living divinity. Sila endral en paadal ketpayo Deva. If you are a statue, can you listen to me? Can you hear me sing? Sila endral en paadal ketpayo, Sila endral arulvayo Deva. If you are a statue, how can you bless me, Because you're a force, energy force, And uruvangal yedu peredu Deva. What is your real form? Oh, you formless divine, what is your real form? Pere, which is the real name? Is there any one name that is yours? Naan paadum podu Varuvaya Deva. When I sing, you must come to me. Naan paadum podu Arulvaya Deva. You must come and bless me. Om Gam Vinayaka Vikneshwara. So this is the essence of this song.
Thank you for sharing that beautiful song. Very touching. As we mentioned earlier, with our second generation and the conflicts and the situations that present themselves as balance between Western world and retaining a Hindu identity and faith. What are the challenges that are faced with our youth in preserving Hindu faith?
Yeah, good. It's a very good question. This actually is a challenge not just for second generation. There are generation before us also, There's an evolution of consciousness, okay, over time as far as Hinduism is concerned. Hinduism today to the youth and to many, many millions of non-Hindus and others, is the most complicated and most perplexing religion you can see, okay. I mean, it's so confusing, right? And I must tell you this. I was born in a Hindu family. My mother was a devout Hindu, my uncles, aunts. But very soon I became an atheist, agnostic. Why? Because none of my adults could explain anything about the religion. Every question I asked, they said, don't know. They said, don't know religion. And today today everyone accuses, the other religions for converting the Hindus. It's a big thing in Malaysia. The Hindus appear to be the target for easy conversion. Okay, and I tell them this particular question. I said, listen, what have we done to educate our children and youth about our religion? Why did I become an atheist? Simply because no one can answer any questions. When you go to temple, youngster goes to temple, what does he see? He sees a cow, he sees a bull, he sees a monkey, Hanuman is there, he sees a cobra, he sees peacock, whole zoo is there. But no one knows what it is doing. And you ask him any question, don't know. And I give this classic example of a real life situation. A young Hindu girl or boy goes to school, and her non-Hindu, especially in Malaysia because it's a multiracial country, the young and the friends, non-Hindu friends, in all innocence, and ask this child, hey, why you pray to elephant god? This child will blink, Then the children ask, well, how come in the house you kill the rat, and then you go to the temple and pray to the rat? Now this child comes home crying and asks the mother, Amma, Papa, Mama, my friends are teasing me. They say I pray to elephant god. Amma, why do Hindus pray to elephant god? 99% of Hindu mothers will ask this child, darling, you don't know, darling? They say, Mama, I don't know. No one told you? No, Mama, no one told me. Ask Papa. Ask Papa, because Papa is a doctor and dentist, scientist or some engineer, whatever it is, or it could be a TV star here like you. And they ask, Papa, why do Hindus pray to elephant god? Hey, don't ask questions, okay? Papa prays, Amma prays, all Hindu prays, adi vera, And why would the child, and then they ask you the questions of, okay, what is Ganapati's message? And you ask Ganapati, they'll tell you Ganapati remove obstacles. But no one knows what's his message, They'll ask you, what is Lakshmi's message? Lakshmi didn't give a message as far as they are concerned. But Lakshmi is for wealth. What is Saraswati's message? Saraswati is for knowledge. So everybody knows what the God should do for you. But no one is able to understand what does God want you to do. What does God expect? How is He conveying the message to us? How is God conveying the message of what I want to do? So can you imagine now such a child who sees all these complexities, and even you ask the devotees, why you break coconut? Don't know. Why you put vibhuti? Don't know. Why you offer flowers? Don't know. They don't know religion. But yet Hinduism is a science. This the message. Now, I was an atheist because I didn't understand. Now, today I studied this religion and I was motivated by my divine guru, to understand this religion. And now I understand the Hindu temple is a science laboratory. It's an incredible science laboratory, a science that shows the inner universe of man. And everything can be explained. So what our ancestors did, they gave us the symbols, but they forgot to tell us the meaning behind the symbols. So today, one day, someone asked me a question, Jaga, see, Hinduism is very difficult. I said, why? You see, if you go to a church, after the teaching, the prayers, the priest will explain the teachings of the Bible. You go to a mosque, and the Ummah, the priest there will explain the teachings of the Quran. You go to Hindu temple, you break coconut, throw flowers, and no one is there to explain the meaning. I said, no, that's why you're wrong. In the Hindu temple, the devas are talking to us. The gods are talking to us. But they're talking to us in the language of symbols. Why do they use symbols? Why don't they speak? Next question, what language should they speak then? What language should they speak? Hindi, Telugu, Tamil, Malayali or English? So, how do you transcend the barrier of language? Our great spiritual scientists, rishis of the past, have gave us through symbols.
What are some examples of how the symbols work within the temple?
Okay, let me just explain a bit of this. In the Hindu temple, there are the symbols fall into various categories. That is what is called the static symbol. That means Ganapati is static symbol, not moving. Static symbol, and Muruga with a veil, static symbol. Then the dynamic symbols. The Arati is a dynamic symbol. Why are you doing Arati? Why offering flowers is a dynamic symbol. It's movement. The Puranic stories. I mean, look at the stories they have. Okay, have you heard the churning of the ocean of milk? Story where the devas and asuras churn. What's the meaning of the story? It's a dynamic symbol. The story of Brahma and Vishnu having an argument. As who is greater. You heard this. You might have heard the story in one of the Puranic stories. And then the light beam of Shiva comes, the beam of light, and Shiva says, "Who touches me in the head first?" That kind of stories. Now, can you imagine a young child being told these stories and they say, "Oh, why should our gods fight with each other?" I mean, but that is beautiful, incredible science behind the stories. Okay, so what our rishis, our great rishis did, they projected this in these very complicated meanings, through stories, parables. Like you look at Bible. Okay, there's there's parables of Christ. They have different stories. They look very funny, but there's an inner significance to the stories. Okay, likewise, much of the religion has got a lot of these parables, and that convey messages. It's only that we Hindus now, the modern Hindus, have become illiterate in the language of the gods. So, what's the difference between the generation past and generation now? The generation of the past had the devotion, but no knowledge. No knowledge. They just go do things, without knowing why they do. The present generation is neither that devotion to go and do, nor the knowledge, of this. But I don't blame them, because why should I go and get involved in a religion which no one understands, and no one is able to explain to me anything. But that fault is not the youngsters. The youth of today cannot blame. We have failed the adults. Adults have failed. So now I'm adult now. So I feel what little I know. I'm not a rishi, so I'm a development economist. Okay? There are great people, saints and sages who go around the world. So because I'm able to reach them in their language, I sing songs, I joke with them, and I convey the message. So whatever I can, I know a drop of the ocean of Hinduism. It's into Sanatana Dharma. I'm just trying to share the drop with people I know.
On that topic of sharing knowledge, do you think Hindu temples should, in light of diaspora communities in Malaysia, England, US, Canada, should they evolve a system where that teaches at the temples? As you mentioned, the other religions have a sermon, have a discussion.
This is vital. However, sadly, the temple priests, who come, to conduct, they, because they've come from Sri Lanka, they're not able to convey the message in the language the kids understand. So, whereas in a Christian church, for example, I give an example. I have no offense to any of our Hindu priests, okay? But they're doing a great job, okay? Imagine now a situation like this. A youngster, he's got problems, teenager, problems. He doesn't know where to go for answer. He can't ask his father and mother, because probably the teenager doesn't talk much to his father and mother anyhow. So he goes to Hindu temple, and he goes and asks the Hindu priest, "Sir, I got a problem, with my girlfriend problem or some family problem. okay, I'd like to talk to you. You think how many Hindu priests will sit down and talk to this guy about his problem? They say, listen, hey, I don't know about that. Thambi, எனக்கு தெரியாது, அதுக்கு பத்தி தெரியாது. I don't understand that. You come, you take the chit and I'll do archana for you. That's it.
Yeah.
Now, the same boy now goes next door to a church. The father, reverend is there. Father, I've got a problem, and this boy can only speak English, because you have not taught him the language, So he says, yes, my son, come sit down. How can I help you? That's the difference, So how about therefore, in the Hindu temples, there must be some lay people. Not the priestly guys know this. Some priests know. Some people, they are powerful guys. I know who not only convey the pujas, but they also can teach. And they know they can lay people who must understand and have regular session after every puja session. They have a 10-15 minutes session. Okay, this is now what is the Ganapati's message to you? What are the symbols of Ganapati? Why? What is the puja? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing yagna? Why you do abhishekam? If you short sessions, actually the depth of the subject is very huge. I can talk about Shiva alone for 1 hour. I mean, it's an incredible thing. But if you make them understand why you're doing arati, why you put vibhuti, then it adds a dimension to their own prayer. It's not more just something mechanical they do. You see, and they feel sometimes very shy. Look, take a normal Hindu, the Christian fellow, he'll wear his cross very proudly and walk along the streets. Okay. The Muslim will wear all kinds of robes. Though they are being subject to a lot of attacks by everybody now, because but they're proud to wear the thing. The Hindu, especially the more educated he is, that guy will put vibhuti in his house. Then the moment he goes out of the room, he'll rub the vibhuti out, because he's shy. The people will see. Why? Because they don't know how to answer the questions. Okay? If they know why, this is my symbol of, same as you wear the cross, the symbol of my religion. Okay, So how do we create now this awe? And the majesty and the wonder of this religion. This is the great challenge that faces. I'll take just one more example before we go to another topic. You take, if I've addressed halls of 1,500 Hindus, in Australia, Sydney, and here everywhere, Los Angeles. And so we've gone through all these deities now. Lakshmi, no message. Saraswati, no message. Shiva, no message. No. Now, here's the funny one. Once somebody came and asked me this question, in all innocence. Hey, Jaga, I saw a past a Hindu temple. There's this Devi, your goddess you pray to. Okay, you pray goddess, okay. But then I saw this goddess wearing this necklace, with all the skulls, like this. And the tongue, blood coming from tongue. And then she stepped, on the floor is husband, Shiva, I understand. She's stepping as husband, Wow, why do Hindus why is allowed to step the husband? What's the answer? I mean, it's an incredible symbol of what you're seeing there. It's a fantastic message to mankind. But people don't know. So this is now, if we bring this out, okay, then they begin to understand the power and the depth of the religion. Let me give you the science of symbolism, science of Hinduism. It's a great scientific. I mean, though I talk about, not that I know everything, I tell you, I'm sharing one part about one drop. You take this one fact, and I like the youth to listen to this also, those who are listening, okay. For thousands of years, for a long time, the West thought that Earth was the center of the universe. And the sun and all the other planets used to go around Earth. Now, and the first person to make a hypothesis that, hey, hold on, I don't think sun is the center, Earth is the center, and sun is the center and all the other Earth is going around. The Earth is not the center, you see. The first person who expounded this was whom? Copernicus. The person then who finally proved it, okay, was Galileo, using his telescope. Now, but for that, what happened to them? You think they were praised and given ponada and garlands? They were condemned and put in prison, for heresy against God, you see. But more than 5,000 years ago, our Hindu spiritual scientists who built temples knew that the sun is the center of the universe. All the planets going around. You want proof till today? Go to any Hindu temple and see the Navagraha. The sun, Surya is the center. All the planets are around. How did they know this? Why didn't they plant Earth in the center? How do they know this? The power of this. They had no telescopes and what have you. They had this inner eye, inner vision of things. And not like this. So many other examples of this kind of science. Okay?
It's time for a quick break. Dear viewers, please join us after these brief announcements. Welcome back, dear viewers. To those of you who are just joining us, Happy New Year. Today on Crossroads, we're discussing the role, for those of us who believe and practice in Hinduism, the role the religion plays in our lives and the challenges that we may face as second-generation Hindu youth in Canada. Joining us, we have Dato Jagadisan, who is a renowned motivational, inspiring speaker from Malaysia, who's talking and speaking with us about Hinduism. Just before the break, we were talking about the influence of the gods and the role they play in the temples and the symbols and how they speak to us through symbols. What is that message that the gods are sending us?
Okay, that's a good question, okay? Now, imagine now what happens in a Hindu temple, okay? What do we do? People go to temples. When I talk to people, I ask them only one simple, many questions. Among the questions, all of us go to temples, the Hindus go, and not only Hindus, I'm talking about whether they're Christians or Buddhists or Muslims, they go to temple and they pray to, they go to their place of prayer, and they ask God, I want this, I want that, I want promotion, I want good health, I want to get married to someone, I want a good wife, good husband, a whole shopping list of requests they get of God, okay? I ask them, listen, have any of you gone and asked, God, what do you want from me? That's the most fundamental question. God, what do you want from me? So that I can manifest something that makes you want to give me. It's like a father, a father, if the son is naughty and does not behave well and does not follow the father's teachings, and guidance, the father is not going to give free gifts to the guy. He'll be tougher with the guy. But if the son is obliging, and polite and helps the parents, the parents, without the son asking, will give him whatever he wants. Okay, it's the same thing. God is a divine father, mother. You see. So I said, do you ever gone to a temple and asked, what do you want from me? So I did this once. All my messages I get through songs. So I go one day to a temple, God, what do you want from me? But I ask, very funny, I speak in English like this, but when I communicate with the devas through song, it comes in Tamil, okay, So as I'm asking what do you want, that this came through a song, okay? The song went like this, okay? Let me use my cup again. Song. The question is, Nam devanukku enna vendum ayya? Hey God, what do you want from me? Nam devanukku enna vendum ayya? Nam devanukku enna vendum ayya? Nam devanukku enna vendum ayya? Satyam என்றும் தவறாதே, செயலால் தர்மத்தை காட்டிவிடு, சாந்தி எங்கும் பெருகிடவே உள்ளத்தில் பிரேமையை வளர்த்து விடு. நம் தேவனுக்கு என்ன வேண்டும் ஐயா? நம் தேவனுக்கு என்ன வேண்டும் ஐயா? உள்ளத்தில் பாசத்தை வளர்த்து விடு, நன்மைகள் என்றும் செய்து விடு. தந்தை தாய் குருவை மதித்து விடு, தந்தை தாய் குருவை மதித்து விடு. மதங்களை எல்லாம் போற்றிவிடு, மதங்களை எல்லாம் போற்றிவிடு. நம் தேவனுக்கு பிரேமை வேண்டும் ஐயா, நம் தேவனுக்கு சேவை வேண்டும் ஐயா. You see, the message I try to convey to the youth, is this. We go and give God in the temple. What do we give? We give banana. When you ask God, what do you want? He's going to say, I want banana, I want flower, I want big garland, I want money in the undial. He doesn't ask all that. Everyone knows that. Yet that's exactly what they give. So I tell them, supposing God is speaking to you, what do you think He'll ask of you? And I feel that's a message. That's what the message of the scriptures. Every scripture takes this. Satyam yendrum tavaradi. Never waver from truth. Always speak the truth. Seyalal dharmattai kaattivide. By actions show your dharma. What I mean dharma here is a much wider meaning. The word dharma is very rare, very difficult to translate in English. It's a very powerful word. Dharma here, people think dharma means dharma may I give money to beggars. No. Dharma means the raison d'etre of your existence is dharma. So what's the dharma of this chair? Dharma of the chair is to make us sit down. Now, if this chair now collapses and falls to pieces, okay? Now, can I still call it chair? I cannot. Though the material is still here, the material can be called chair. So like that, All of us have, but whereas the chair is only one particular dharma for us to sit on. The table is one, this cup is one dharma. But humankind has many dharmas, As we evolve in life, we accumulate dharmas. First, initially we start the dharma of son or daughter. How we perform, a son and daughter, the dharmic son, dharmic daughter. The dharma of father and mother, noble father, noble mother. Dharma of a student. You go to school, you have dharma, means your raison d'etre of existence as a student. What is it? Your right contact as a student. Then you qualify, you become a doctor, lawyer, dharma of doctor, dharma of lawyer, dharma of engineer. Then you get children, you get dharma of father, mother, and it goes on and on. We collect dharmas, okay? Now, so Seyalal dharma, don't say that don't say you're my father and my mother, that your dharma. Seyalal dharma, by action you show what kind of father you are, what kind of mother you are, what kind of son you are, what kind of daughter you are. Seyalal dharma kaati vidu. Shanti engum perigidave, to spread peace everywhere. Ullathil preme varthividu. You must have love in your heart, selfless love, to be able to promote peace. That's the first verse. Second verse, Ullathil pasathai valarthividu. That means in your heart, you develop pasam, Pasam is not kadal, no, boy-girl love or kamam, Pasam means it's a brotherly kind of, sisterly kind of love, parents' love for children, like that. It's a very noble kind of ennobling love. Nanmaigal endrum seidu vidu. Always do good. Every chance to try and do good. Tandai thai guruvai madittu vidu. Revere and respect your father and mother. And final word is Madangalai ellam potri vidu. This is a very powerful message of Hinduism, Hinduism does not encourage anyone to condemn any other religion. I go out and publicly say this. Anyone who condemns any other religion is not a Hindu. Why? Because you're breaking the very foundation of your own religious teaching. Yam madam sammadam. Eham satvipra bahadu vadanti. God is one, truth is one. Wise men know him by many names. 1,000 names you can call God, Not only the name that we know as, And like this, the teachings of the religion encourages, because if God is one, then whichever religion. That's why Hinduism is all embracing, You see. But for me, I go back to the line above, Tandai thai guruvai madittu vidu. This is the most powerful. If all those youngsters who are listening to this, okay, and others convey this message, today, the respect and reverence for parents, are slowly declining. Parents were the center of the universe, center of life of civilizations. Today, parents are being sidelined. Because children now suddenly become very smart, the IT engineer, doctor, lawyer, and they don't care. A parent who brought up 9 children, 8 children, and made them all doctor, lawyers. Now the fellow already married now. He's got one wife and one child. I can't look out of my father and mother anymore. This goes on and on. So, but Hinduism talks about, and today what happens, as a father and mother concerned, today they have Father's Day, Mother's Day. And what happens is, the Father's Day, the fellow will buy a card with a dear Papa, and then the poem is there, not written by him. They can't even write their own poem to express their feeling to father and mother. And they put the I love you, one purse is given to the father. And Mother's Day, another card with a dear Mama, I love you, another purse, and that's it, okay? And the mother is crying. Oh, the father will take that card and put it on his altar, on a shelf in his house and say, oh, my son sent me a Father's Day card. I said, what nonsense that is. Today, what I'm trying to now launch to the world and make them understand is this. I'm launching what is called the Hope Agenda, HOPE. Honor our parents every day. And I'm telling all the youth who are listening to this, you want to be successful. For example, my father died when I was 7 years old. My mother, and I became an atheist, I told you, very soon in my life. But in the 32 years of my life, I was an atheist, 32. I had only one God in my life. When I didn't go to temple, nothing. My God was my mother. I'll never do anything to bring tears to her eyes. Everything I do, I ask my question, will it make mother happy? Then I'll do it. And I didn't realize at that time. Now I know, God's grace poured to me through my mother, the mother, and Hinduism says, that's one wonderful thing Tamils say, Tandai sol mikkador mandiramillai. There's no greater mantra than word of the father, Tandai sol mikkador mandiramillai. That means father's word is mantra. Father says you do, okay? Now, and who is the one person now millions of Hindus worship, because father said without question he did. Rama. Tomorrow's coronation, heaven's sake, And the father banished him. Immediately he left. He didn't question, not challenge the Papa. Who are you to tell me this, He left. Supposing he challenged the father. Hey, Papa, what is this? Why should I go? Because stepmother said I must go. We won't be worshipping him, you see. But today, that is not the case. Today, the father tells the son, hey, son, I'm going to descend, not because you're not doing well, you're not neglecting all of us, I'm going to take you out of my will. The son will take the father to Supreme Court. Okay? Those days, Supreme Gold, now Supreme Court. Yeah? So, the question is this, we must bring back, this, in the consciousness of youth, the Tandai Sol Mikkador Manda. And of course, the message is very clear, that the father himself must be a noble father. Father cannot be a drunkard, and tell the people, I always told you, get all drinking and say, hey, the Jagadish, now scriptures say, no, Tandai Sol Mikkador Mandaramlai, go and buy a bottle of whiskey for me. He can't do that. The father must be a noble father. Then, but what the religion says of mother, Thayinum Siranda Koilillai. Thayinum Siranda Koilillai. No greater temple than mother. Worship your mother. Even if you don't go to the brick and mortar temple, worship your mother as God. That is enough. And the mothers who, I always tell people, I ask the youth now listening to this, ask yourself, how do your father and mother pray every day? When they pray, are they saying, God, thank you for this wonderful son. What have I done in my last birth to get such a noble son? What have I done to get such a noble, wonderful daughter? Are they praying like that? Or are they crying to God, God, what sin have I committed in the past birth to get such a son, useless fellow, What sin have I committed to get such a daughter, Are they praying like that?
On the topic of the relationship with the parents, how intricate is that relationship between oneself and their parents and their own practice of their faith?
You see, every faith, you see, when I say revere or hope and honor our parents, it's nothing, not Jagadish in telling this, I'm just echoing the the voice of world religions. Look at Christianity. Among there are only 10 commandments, in Christianity. Among the 10, one is revere your father and mother. In Islam, you know what it says? In the Holy Quran, heaven lies at the feet of the mother. In Hinduism, other than this Tandai Sol Mikkador Mandiramilla, Hinduism says, if you cannot worship the gods you can see in front of you, your parents, how can you worship the formless divine? Why do they do this? Simple. Because the parents are the one who have brought you up to a point where you are now suddenly become successful. They gave you the blood, they gave you the food, the education, blah, blah. Now, and can you imagine, and suddenly you abandon them, you neglect them, okay? And then the message is this, don't worry, because tomorrow your children will follow your example. There's one little cartoon that is done. In Malaysia, we had a human value cartoon competition. And one Chinese youth do a cartoon, and he showed this father, showing an ancient picture. This Chinese carry this, pole, they have a basket, and this father is taking this father, young, strong father, is taking his elderly father in the basket, The son is asking, this young boy is asking, Papa, where you are taking grandpa? So I'm taking this grandpa to the old folks' home to leave him there. He's telling, oh, very good, very good. Papa, you please bring back that basket. I will need it one day. Bring back that basket. I mean, what a powerful message here. Therefore, if we show our respect and reverence to parents, our children will become the role model for that also in future. Actually, you need to protect yourself, actually, not anything else. But that, also, don't forget, why is that now the children are moving away? Because those days, and we had extended families. Father is busy, mother, grandma, all that, all the teachings of religion, all the Puranic stories, they convey to the children. Today, they have moved away from parents. So they're saying father, the husband, wife, and one child, two child. Everything, and the parents have no time to teach the children anything. So all they're learning is television culture. At least your television, I'm very grateful that you're doing something so useful. The child being pounded, with all negativity, violence and sex and bad words. Where is the counter for this? Okay, one more thing. Look, if you ask your youth today, look at the Hindu youth, the Indian youth. Who are their heroes today? Is it, Rama? Is it Karnan? Is it Arjuna? The heroes, of those, all this Purana. They don't know. Today, every film star that comes a hero, every fellow will be a great singer. He's a hero for them. That fellow is doing so many negative things in his life, and he's following the role model. I don't blame the kids because they have no other thing to cling on to. But if we teach the children the stories of the great warriors, the great heroes of the past, don't even go to the Puranic stories. Go talk about how many children know about the life of Mahatma Gandhi. You know, how many children knows life of Vivekananda? We did not go so far back, you know. We just talk about the generation less than 100 years ago. You know. And look at powerful meanings, you know, they have, okay. Mahatma Gandhi, you know, he learned a powerful lesson once from his mother. You know, it's very interesting, this story. Mahatma Gandhi, his mother used to fast, you know, every day. And until she hears the cooing of a bird, some cuckoo bird or something, she won't break the fast, you see. You know, so Mahatma Gandhi, okay, loved his mother. He didn't want her to suffer. So one day what he did was he saw the mother fasting too long. So he went and hid in the bush and tried to imitate the sound of the bird. You know, imitate the sound of the bird so the mother will break the fast. The mother came and realized what is wrong. He slapped him. No. He said, and Mahatma Gandhi said, that slap mother gave me, I realized I must never tell a lie. And that adherence to truth, okay. As he was a young boy, Mohandas, he was there. Mohandas became Mahatma. From Mohandas to Mahatma, you know, with a resolution, I should always follow the path of righteousness. I should tell the truth. I should revere my mother, you know.
It's thank you for sharing that story. Unfortunately, it's time for a quick break. Dear viewers, please join us on this special day, on this Tamil Hindu New Year. Welcome back, dear viewers. Today on Crossroads, we're discussing Hinduism and its relevance to our youth in Canada. Dato Jagdishan, a lot of youth sometimes, you know, in the early 20s to mid-20s, their primary focus and naturally is their university education and their post-university career development. So within that, and also finding a life partner for many of them. So within that schedule, the room and space for faith is often left behind. Is there opportunity or is there any connection between the two, one's own career development and marriage with faith? Is there, what's the intersection?
You see, everything what will hinge on what you're going to believe in, okay? What you believe, And belief is a very powerful motivation force for humankind, okay? Now let's take now Ganapati. Ganapati, people always tell Ganapati, the Ganapati is for the remove obstacles, okay? But actually Ganapati is to foster, the force of Ganapati is to foster the human intellect. You know, foster human intellect, you know. That's the remove obstacles. You see, if tomorrow, let's say you have an obstacle come in life. God is not going to come in a form of Ganapati and remove this form. You know, He's not going to come and remove this cup that is on your way, okay? He will give you the intellect how to tackle this problem. And then you will know how to remove the cup, okay? You know, that is the role of the Deva in a subtle, you know, in the subtle man's consciousness, okay? And Ganapati is an incredible force. I tell you, just chant this Ganapati mantra, you know. Simple, of course, there are, and you go and pray in the temple. I've known youngsters, you know, who will tell you in Malaysia we got stories, you know. I mean, for me, how I became from atheist to believer, I mean, it was a very unusually long story. But don't forget, I had my faith in my mother, and my mother was my God to me, okay, you know. So that was an omnipresent factor in my life. And that was the grace of God came to me. Really, I have 100%. For a guy who didn't believe in God, okay, I mean, to now 100% I believe there's a divine consciousness pervading the world, you know, and this consciousness comes in many, many forms, many, many names, okay. It's like a light, for example, a light. This is the formless divine light. The light goes to a prism, it splits into rainbow colors, okay. Right. Now, so therefore the Hindus, you can take whichever color you want and pray. It'll come back to the same light. Whether you put a Ganapati, put a Jesus, or whatever it is, in the same light. Okay? So the only thing is, you must have the faith to follow that light back to the prism and go beyond that. To understand, hey, this is the light, okay? So mantras are very powerful thing that helps to human. Do you know now today, youth, all of you now go into the Google and check out something that's incredible that came out recently. They call it mental yoga. Or they call it mental yoga, or they call it, I think something mental yoga. And I was wondering what it was, you know. And I opened the thing, and this guy, this science people, modern Western scientists are saying now, you know, in Hindu temples, when they in front of Ganapati, they do this particular, you know, the action where they hold the ears, do this. Now, this particular action, okay, of doing this, stimulates the human brain. These science guys are telling us this, you know, stimulates and increases your intellectual power. Now, this is fantastic merger of science and spirituality. You know, that is a, it's called mental yoga something. I can't remember the name now, but so now I'm telling the youth to listen. When you do this in front of Ganapati, of course you're shy to do it, okay, because you're modern youth, but the adults are doing it, okay. But you do that thing. So where is this knowledge coming from? How did those guys know this knowledge? That today, science guys are telling this, okay, you know. So this is one. So therefore, this prayers are vibrations. Okay, what is a prayer? A prayer is a vibration. Vibration. It's sound. And what is your mind? If I ask youth now, if you show me now, where is your mind? Where is mind? They'll say here. Fine. But if I cut open your skull, I can't see mind, you see. I'm see just this grey matter. I see a brain. Where's the mind? So, and this was explained. What is mind? In a brilliant way. I mean, my Guru, Bhagavan Satsai Baba, he said, fantastic thing he said. He said, the woof and warp of thought make up the mind. Like sewing, you know, you have this thing, the threads going there. The woof and warp of thought make up the mind. So as you think, you become. So if you think nonsense, it becomes a nonsense cloth, you know. So now, if vibration now makes up the mind, then can we invoke vibrations that help stimulate the mind? So now these great spiritual scientists have done this. They have put the Ganapati mantra. Om Gamaha Ganapatiye Namaha. Today Western science are talking about Om, the power of Om, you know. But among all these mantras, there's one mantra called the Gayatri mantra. They say, if you forget any other mantra, don't forget the Gayatri. Gayatri has the power, Gayatri mantra, pure vibration level, you know, to increase the human intellect, you know. And Om Bhur Bhuvaswaha Tat Savittur Varanyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Tiyo Yona Prachodayat. But don't chant it once and expect your mind to become a superstar, you know. Have faith, keep on chanting. It has a subtle vibration, you know, that strengthens the mind. And for a student, the most important thing he needs is the intellect. And to increase your memory power. These chanting of mantras help to increase memory power. Here's a simple thing, brother. Today, those days, I don't know whether it is your generation, those days, we used to learn all these things by heart, you know, by heart, the timetables and all kind of things, you know. But today, there's no chance for anyone to increase memory power. So what they do, they watch television and everything is done because. But now chanting mantras helps. We are teaching kids now, you know, helps to increase the memory power, helps to increase human life. So my message is, can't do this kind of things. The beneficiary is not the gods. We are the beneficiary of all the praise.
Definitely. In light of our time, perhaps we can end with a Murugan song for our audience.
So here's the many Murugan songs are there, you know. So for me, the main thing is faith, you know. We must have the faith in God and let me sing the song. Varuvai Deva, Arulvai Deva, Vadivela Deva, Varuvai Deva, Varuvai Deva, Arulvai Deva, Vadivela Deva, Varuvai Deva, பாடுகின்றேனே வருவாய் தேவா, ஏங்குகின்றேனே வருவாய் தேவா, நாடுகின்றேனே வருவாய் தேவா, நான் உந்தன் குழந்தை வருவாய் தேவா, வருவாய் தேவா, அருள்வாய் தேவா, வடிவேலா தேவா, வருவாய் தேவா, உலகத்திலேயே இருப்பாய் தேவா, உலகத்திலேயே உள்ளத்தில் இருந்தே அருள்வாய் தேவா, உள்ளத்திலேயே இருப்பாய் தேவா, உள்ளத்திலேயே இருப்பாய் தேவா, உள்ளத்தில் இருந்தே அருள்வாய் தேவா, வருவாய் தேவா, அருள்வாய் தேவா, வடிவேலா தேவா, வருவாய் தேவா. உலகத்திலே இருப்பாய் தேவா. You are all providing and you will bless us from the world. But more important, உள்ளத்திலே இருப்பாய். You are inside our heart and you are blessed from within us. That is the ultimate message. Have faith and teach your father and mother as divine.
Thank you, Dr. Jagadish.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dear viewers, thank you for tuning into CrossRoads on TVI. Once again, Puttanda Valthukal and best wishes from TVI to you and your family. Nandri, Vanakkam.
தமிழரின் பிம்பம் உங்கள் டிவி.